God of War is less than a month away from celebrating its 20th anniversary, and with so many people disheartened by Sony's silence regarding the much-rumored God of War remaster collection, there may indeed be hope ahead for this remaster after all. A few big new leads pinpoint to a potential reveal of this upcoming God of War collection, including the number of games we are likely to see and when we could expect an announcement. So if you're a fan of God of War and want to show your love for this enduring franchise, Spartan Rage that like button and treat yourself to 21% off your next Gamer Supps order before the end of the month. Also, why not participate in my next giveaway? I've just launched my next giveaway featuring Clair Obscur Expedition 33, as this game oozes in that old school turn-based RPG nostalgia we all knew so well in the 1990s and early 2000s when Final Fantasy was the talk of the town. So if this game has piqued your interest at all, test your luck over in that giveaway. Alright, last week we talked about Cory Barlog's cryptic tweet about plans for God of War's 20th anniversary. While he and Santa Monica Studios seem to have plans to celebrate the Ghost of Sparta, we have some new information to go over that suggests an event will coincide with a potential game reveal to celebrate the franchise's earlier games. Thanks to reliable industry insider Jeff Grubb from Giant Bomb, according to his recent post on Blue Sky, an official reveal for the God of War remasters is likely to happen closer to the anniversary. I think that those God of War remaster rumors just jumped the gun a little bit, remarked Grubb. That stuff will happen closer to this. The "this" refers to the actual anniversary of God of War, which happens to be March 22nd. Another insider over on Reddit, who accurately leaked the recent Ninja Gaiden announcements ahead of the Xbox Developer Direct, along with the release date of Hell Is Us before Sony's State of Play, recently predicted that some kind of God of War collection is to be released this year, admitting that while the release date remains unclear, they anticipate it to land sooner than expected. Along with the numerous other rumors and leaks pointing to a God of War collection that have dated back to the very end of 2023, you've got a compelling case for this God of War Remaster collection to be a likely possibility. And what exactly do we expect to be featured within this God of War collection, you may ask? While we obviously don't yet have an official reveal of this compilation, insider Lunatic Ignis, who accurately leaked the contents and DLC plans of Black Myth Wukong months ahead of that game's release last summer, stated that this collection encompasses all of the Greek saga of God of War, which includes God of Wars 1 through 3, both PSP games in Chains of Olympus and Ghost of Sparta, along with God of War Ascension. If this were to be true, that means we are looking at upwards of 6 God of War games coming to the PS5, which is a really big deal, seeing as only God of War 3 is able to be played natively on the PS5 via backwards compatibility. All of the other God of War games remain only accessible via streaming or by owning the games on the PS3 or their other respective platforms, so having this comprehensive collection over on the PS5 and potentially PC will be huge for those wanting to experience the foundation of the franchise. At the end of the day, this is considering we actually get all 6 games in the series within this collection, but I'm really hoping that we do, as all these games are genuinely pretty awesome. Just an FYI for those interested in playing these games in the chronological order of the God of War timeline, the first game is God of War Ascension, which not only serves as a prequel to the series, but also represents the very last game to be developed for the Greek saga of God of War. So expect some refined gameplay from the later games in the God of War series to be found here in Ascension, even though most would say that this game isn't as good as the others. That said, it's still a great game, but with the others having raised the bar so high, Ascension plays things quite safe. This game also had a multiplayer mode, which will likely not be included in this package, but was a fun experimental mode nonetheless. Next up, we have God of War Chains of Olympus, which takes place right before God of War 1, and this game was also the first one to hit the PSP. And for a portable game, Chains of Olympus is incredibly impressive, as it accurately translates the core God of War experience to a handheld, and holds up well even to this day. Next is the original God of War that released on March 22nd for the PS2. God of War Ghost of Sparta comes in at number 4, which is another PSP game that tells the events that occurred after God of War 1 and before God of War 2. This PSP game is absolutely incredible and is often heralded as one of the very best God of War games in the Greek saga, pushing the PSP to its limits, so I really hope that this game in particular makes it to the collection. And finally, for numbers 5 and 6, God of Wars 2 and 3 round up the games within the timeline that precedes the recent games in the Norse setting with God of War 4 and God of War Ragnarok. In all 6 of these Greek saga God of War games are awesome, featuring rich storytelling, intricate combat, epic boss fights, and rewarding gameplay that put this series on the map. And what better way to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the series by putting out a comprehensive collection that includes all of Kratos' previous adventures in the saga that started it all, right? So, we've laid out the newest rumors surrounding this remastered compilation, along with which games have been rumored to be packaged in this collection. But when should we expect, or better word, hope, to hear about this collection? Well, California-based art gallery Nucleus recently announced the God of War 20th Anniversary exhibition, where fans of the franchise can check out artwork and memorabilia of the series from over 30 artists. The epic journey began in 2005 with the release of God of War on the PlayStation 2, reads the event summary on the event's website. 2 decades later, now spanning across 9 titles, this series stands as one of the most legendary franchises in gaming history. Join us in celebrating 20 years of unforgettable moments from Kratos' journey through the ancient Greek and Norse mythologies that have captured the hearts of millions worldwide. The event will be held between March 15th and the 23rd, with a special anniversary panel being held on March 15th, the first day of this week-long celebration, which happens to be a week before the 20th anniversary of the God of War series. While it's currently unknown who exactly will be featured at this panel, some of the developers of the God of War series will be present here, and it is hopefully at this panel that we get some sort of announcement for this much-rumored God of War Remaster collection. With Jeff Grubb indicating that an announcement of this collection is likely to come much closer to the anniversary, it sounds like this exhibition could be a great place to make the reveal. I'm starting to think that Sony may be going for some sort of a shadow drop for this collection if the game is expected to land around the time of the anniversary. But it could also mean that maybe just the collection will be formally announced here and the release may come at a later date. Heck, even all of this stuff regarding a potential remaster may not even get announced at all. And while we should always anticipate that happening, I do really think Sony is working on this project, as God of War is a cash cow, and with no easy way to gain access to these older games in the franchise, a remaster collection seems to be a very great possibility here. On top of that, Sony is remastering so many of their games right now, so to think that this wouldn't happen to the earlier God of War games would be grossly overlooking a key part of Sony's strategy of re-releasing their titles. But at the end of the day, we just have to be patient with this one, and hopefully, just hopefully, a month from now, we can finally rest happy knowing that an easier means of replaying these classic and important games is within reach. That's all I have for you in this one. Let me know in the comments what you think about this possible God of War Remaster collection, and if you think extra bells and whistles will come to this potential compilation. Come find me in this video if you'd like to entertain where the series will go next, and I will see you all real soon in the next one.